Hey guys, what is up? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far, and I am here with the Stuck Together leak. So yes, Stuck Together has had a 2-minute preview and images leaked of it already, and this is most likely because the Cartoon Network app has had advertisements for a See It Here First for Season 5 episodes, so I'm assuming that someone was able to find this somewhere in Cartoon Network server from the app, and then take that and then rip it and then leak it online. So like I said, I'm going to be going over the leaks for this episode, so the 2-minute preview and screenshots. So if you don't want to be spoiled in anything from Stuck Together, click off this video now. But with that, let's look at the leaks. So I'll start with the 2-minute preview, but it starts directly where I and my mom left off. So we see the spaceship flying away from Earth with Steven, Aquamarine, and Topaz on board. And so then Aquamarine is talking to Steven, and they're just having a conversation about how he basically sacrificed himself to save everybody else. And then Steven's kind of trying to play it up that he is Rose Quartz, and Aquamarine keeps referring to Steven as Rose, similar to how Jasper referred to Steven as Rose. But Steven's kind of trying to play it up as him being Rose, saying, oh yeah, I love shattering diamonds. And then Aquamarine's like, oh, if you think shattering's bad, wait till the diamonds get their hands on you. So I'm very curious to see what the diamonds will do, because we know at this point that Steven is going to Homeworld. But then they get interrupted by Topaz, who finds Lars, who is still on board because he ran away in I Am My Mom. He didn't help Sadie, so he never got off the ship. So he is still stuck on this ship. They bring Lars out, and so Steven tries to call off the deal, basically, once he sees that Lars is still on board, because the deal was that Aquamarine and Topaz let all the humans go, and then they just take him. And then Aquamarine obviously doesn't care that much. She's like, oh well, I'm crying, and she makes a reference to her gem being in the shape of a teardrop, and that's why I love Aquamarine. She just doesn't care about anybody else's feelings or anything, only her own, and likes teasing them and taunting them. And I hope she never gets redeemed, because I just want her to stay evil and horrible and awful like the entire time. But once they bring Lars up, Aquamarine tells the Topazes to fuse, and they give each other this look that they just do not look very happy at all that they are about to fuse. And I think that's going to lead to what this episode is going to be about, because once they do fuse, Lars and Steven are stuck inside again, but I think that this could be an episode stuck together. So, you know, Steven and Lars are stuck on the ship, they're stuck inside Topaz, and then Topaz feels like she is constantly stuck in a fusion under Aquamarine's orders. And then once the Topazes fuse together into the giant Topaz fusion is where the clip cuts off. Now, in terms of these screenshots, there's really not going to be that much to go off of, because this just seems like it's going to be Lars and Steven talking to Topaz, and from all you've seen so far, Topaz doesn't seem to be able to speak, or she just chooses not to speak. So really, there's not going to be too much to go off of, because like I said, she's going to be Steven, Lars, and Topaz being stuck together. So the first image we have here is just Topaz at looks like some sort of controls for the ship, with Steven and Lars stuck inside of her. And then we saw this image from the preview of Aquamarine laughing at Steven after the Topaz's fuse, with Steven and Lars inside of her. And then a shot of Steven. Looks like he may be talking to Lars, or possibly Topaz. He might be trying to convince her to let Lars go, because that seems to be Steven's main priority right now, is trying to figure out a way to get Lars off of this ship, so that way he doesn't get taken to Homeworld, that way he doesn't get taken to the zoo, that way the diamonds don't find him. So this could also just be him trying to talk to Topaz, but it's also incredibly likely that he is talking to Lars. And then we have Steven with his pants off inside of Topaz, and Lars is just kind of looking like, yep, this is a Steven plan. So I'm wondering if he's trying to figure out a way to escape. And I'm also wondering why they chose this method again of trying to keep Steven contained, because we know from the previous episode that he can use his bubble to break out, but I guess since he's kind of surrendered himself, he's not going to do that. So I'm wondering why he has his pants off. But it is really cool here because we see the destabilizers kind of lined up on the sides here, and we know that Jasper had one of those in the return and jailbreak. So it's cool to see that Blue Diamond ship also has these destabilizers and also has a core power supply, command controls. We never really knew what this was, but we saw this in jailbreak during the Stronger Than You song and fight sequence. So it's cool to see similarities in the designs of the ships and consistencies and stuff like that. And then here we have a image of Lars crying, and so this could probably just be him crying about not helping Sadie, because it seemed like he felt bad about it, but he's just kind of scared, and he's Lars, so he ran away instead of helping Sadie, and I could see that he could be feeling really bad about that now, having a lot of regret. And I'm wondering if this is kind of going back to the good Lars, because we did see some character development with Lars, with him showing up at the party, but that is presumably when he got captured, is when he was right outside the door, and then he got captured by Topaz and Aquamarine. So he made an attempt, and he was really trying to become a better person, and then that was pretty much negated by his actions in I Am My Mom when he ran away and didn't help Sadie. So I could see this here being a very big moment for Lars, trying to make up for what he has done, how he didn't help Sadie, and we already know from the good Lars that Lars hinted at loving Sadie. And then here it is just an image of Steven looking down, probably at Lars, who is in like Topaz's butt, it looks like, and Steven looks like he may have moved positions, because we know every time that Topaz unfuses and then fuses back together, the people will move around. So now he's like more in her shoulder. Before Steven was more like in her chest, but he is looking back and down like Lars is in either her back or her butt. And then we have a shot of Topaz crying. So I don't know what could have caused this. I'm not sure if it's something on the controls, like she's reading something in a report or something about Earth, something Aquamarine said about her, or I don't know. But Steven's looking up at her, so maybe Steven said something to her that's making her cry, like giving her like a motivational pep talk, but the way she's looking it down does make it seem like she read something or saw something that's making her upset. I don't think it's any attachment to Earth really, unless we get something revealed about Topaz, that she liked her, she likes humans, she feels bad for them, because I mean in I Am My Mom, she was pretty just okay with almost killing Jamie under Aquamarine's orders. So I don't think that's it. So maybe it's something in a report about Topaz herself that is making her cry. Maybe her always being in a fusion together. Maybe that's it. But yeah, I'm very curious to see why Topaz is crying, because she's always been portrayed as this like strong but silent type character. So seeing some emotion from her is pretty cool and I think pretty needed at this point. And then an image of Steven just looking back, and it looks like he may be looking back at that like core, that command control. I still don't know what that is. There isn't really a name for it, but it's just him looking back at there. So I'm really curious if there is something like displayed on one of those little like hologram screens that is of interest to Topaz and Steven, regarding maybe the diamonds or just Gem Society or Earth. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the cluster has reemerged or something and they're getting a report of it. Probably not. But yeah, no, I'm really curious to see what was like displayed on that little screen that made Topaz cry and that, is seemingly piquing Steven's interest. And then the last image here, we just have Topaz looking pretty upset and angry, but Steven's there and it looks like he's looking up at something, so I'm wondering if this is Aquamarine, like Aquamarine's flying above them, and then Topaz has just had enough of Aquamarine's orders, and she is going to get redeemed, basically. And I'm okay with Topaz getting redeemed. There's not much to go off of Topaz's personality in the previous episodes, in the 2 episodes that we've seen her in, basically. But here, it looks like it's gonna be very Topaz focused. So maybe she'll get redeemed, and I'm okay with that. I just don't want Aquamarine getting redeemed. I just want Aquamarine to always just be bad and evil. So I think it'd be really cool if Topaz finally stood up to Aquamarine. Aquamarine's wand is overpowered as hell, so I don't see how Topaz is going to beat her. But I don't know, maybe Steven can help Topaz try to beat Aquamarine, because we know after this we have the trial, Off Colors, and then Lars's head. So we know that Lars will be coming up again in a future episode, and then we have the trial, which some people are speculating that it is not like a trial, like a test, but rather like a trial, like there's going to be a court and a jury, and then Steven's going to be put on trial as Rose Quartz. And then we have Off Colors, which some people are wondering if it is about the gems that we saw from the zoo, so the Famethyst, or if it's going to be about the diamonds, all the different colored diamonds. Either way, it's going to be really cool. And then we have Lars' head, which pretty much everyone's like, I don't know what that's going to be about. Probably something with switching bodies between Lars and Steven, because that is the only character that he has ever switched bodies with before. But so it's some pretty exciting stuff. So if Stuck Together got leaked already, I wouldn't be surprised if the other episodes got leaked as well within the coming days here. And I believe that towards the end of May, I forgot specifically what day, but season 5 should be airing relatively soon, so we're not gonna have to wait that long for more Steven Universe episodes after this bomb officially airs on cable starting on Monday. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff here. But let me know what you thought of these leaks in the comments below, because I would love to hear it. But thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Steven Universe related content, and until next time, guys, take care.